Hi, have you ever faced this situation where you really tried to correct somebody, but no matter what you tried, they aren't changing, they're still being the same? You've tried every possible way, but nothing ever worked? If so, then continue to watch this. You might find something valuable. One of the big important aspects that we have forgotten, or not forgotten, maybe we've never been told, is if you want somebody to change, you should stop making them feel guilty. Quite a contrast to what we've been thinking, right? We usually think unless somebody feels guilty, how will they ever change? They have to feel guilty. Did you know that feeling guilty is a counterproductive emotion? What happens when people feel guilty in prolonged periods of time? A short amount of guilt is okay, but prolonged periods of time, if we make people feel guilty, what actually lands up happening is, one, they feel resentful towards the person who makes them feel guilty. Two, they lose their own self-confidence. Three, they lose the motivation to do something better. These are all not the things that you were hoping for, right? Hence, here's an alternative. Feeling guilty doesn't help. Making somebody feel guilty doesn't help. What can you do instead? You can make people feel responsible. The difference between making somebody feel guilty versus making somebody feel responsible is explained in the next 4 steps. The first thing, when you make somebody feel guilty, you tell them, you did this, you did that. So we are literally attacking somebody, making them feel like, because of you, my life is like this, because of you, things are like this. So here's where we hold the other person responsible and we make them feel guilty for what happened. When you're trying to make somebody feel responsible, the sentence changes to be, this is what happened. The difference is you remove you from the statement. Anytime a statement starts with you did this, it's a direct attack. If you remove you from the equation, the sentence itself becomes less threatening. So you're stating, this is what happened. Now once you state, this is what happened, then comes step 2. Step 2 is let the other person speak. Hear them out first. When we don't let the other person speak, it's always a one-sided opinion. There is always something more to the story than what you're currently aware of. Unless you listen, you won't know. So hear patiently what the other person has to say, because if you don't let them speak, the other person feels they are judged. And when somebody feels that they are judged, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to judge you too. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to feel judged. So they start feeling bad about it, and they might judge themselves and they might judge you as well. So it doesn't help. That's not what you were looking for any which ways. Step number 3. Once you hear them out, tell them the implications of their actions. This is what has happened, and the implication of that is this. Once you tell them the implications of it, you're bringing the whole big picture into view, right? So you're telling the implications, and step number 4, the most important part, is you ask them a question saying, what is it that you have learned from this? What would you like to do differently in the future? This question is critical and vital. 1, it encourages the other person to think about the future in terms of learning and not regret about what happened. Yes, they will understand what happened and what went wrong, but they are more thinking about what can they do better. Second, you're trusting that the other person has the capacity to think. Only when you trust, people will exhibit the quality. If you don't trust that somebody can think, people will stop thinking when they're with you. So you're trusting. And the third thing is, when you're asking them what is it that you can do differently, you're helping them answer that question. So which means they're automatically going to be more responsible the next time, because this answer has come from them, not from you. So these are the 3 ways it's going to help when you ask this one simple question, what is it that you would like to do differently the next time? Instead of making people feel guilty, this is a much more empowering way of helping people understand how they have gone wrong when they have gone wrong, and also encourage them to be different the next time. So, and if somebody in your environment is making you feel guilty, what can you do about it? Make sure you don't go down that guilt trip, don't go down that lane itself. Understand that people are being what they are being because they do not know a better way. Nobody has perhaps told them there's a better way of doing it. So trust that everybody in your life is trying to teach you something useful. See what is it that you can learn from it. Ask yourself these questions. What can you do differently the next time? Figure out a response to it and help yourself out of that situation. In certain situations, if there is nothing you can do about it, then don't sweat it out too much. You can never feel something unless you choose to feel it. Anybody can say anything, but do you choose to feel low about yourself based on somebody else says? That is completely in your hands. Build your own confidence. Your confidence is in your hands. Nobody can pull down your confidence without your consent. Nobody can make you feel guilty without your consent. So be assured of yourself, not to the point that you don't receive feedback. Always receive feedback graciously, understand, learn from it. And if somebody is trying to make you feel guilty for no reason, you can always choose to let that ball pass. You don't have to kick every ball that's inside. Kick the ones that matter the most. And when I say kick, I mean make use of them in a way that is productive for you and in a way that's productive for the world too. Wishing you a lot of peace, love and happiness. Take care and stay blessed. This is Narmada Rao, psychologist and an NLP trainer from Master Yourself Academy, and you're watching our YouTube channel. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can reach us through our website www.masteryourself.in. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed.